Hi everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to Tara's Take. So we're going to do some more work on our scratch journal today. I cannot pick this needle up for the life of me. I keep fighting with it. And I had done some work over the weekend. I made these pockets, okay? And all I did was I took some batting inside and I put 2 pieces of the material, the fabric that we're using, and then I did the stitching around all 4 sides, left it hanging over. It was nothing complicated about it. It just matches the front. Okay, so now, but what I did do was I did some additional I don't know what I want to call it, embellishment on here, just like the front, okay, with the pearls and the lace and the purple lavender chiffon. And I stayed myself from finishing to wait for you guys so you could be with me so that I could do the other side. Okay, so on this one I am going to be doing the same approximately. Hopefully it's going to look something like this. But I'm going to be doing it from this side instead of, so it'll be the far right and the far left, you know, so it's on the outer sides of the pocket, okay? And so what I did was I cut a couple of pieces. I didn't do any big measuring. I just kind of made this one a little bit longer because I know I want to tuck it and have it kind of poofing out from underneath the lace, okay? So I wanted some room to play and be able to fold it into itself because I'm not hemming or anything, but I don't want this rough edge on this. I don't think it's as appealing on the chiffon, and so I will be tucking pieces under. And then like here, I'm going to trim this little smidgen off because it's got a lot of string hanging off of it. I will probably trim this as I go, as I run into these, because I don't want them showing. Now on this lace, I did the same thing a little bit, but because I wanted it, the lavender to tuck underneath, I did make this a little bit narrower and not quite as long. It's almost as long, but not quite. But I did make it longer than the actual pocket because I'm going to be pulling it up and, you know, tacking it and stuff, and I wanted it to be able to kind of flow like this one does. Okay, so what we're going to do is right now is I'm going to just take this in the corners, and this is what I did on the others, and this is what I did on the front. You know, there's probably much more professional seamstress way of doing this. As we know, Tara is not a seamstress. So what I did was initially I tucked everything under on the top, and then I did, and I've already got my thread and my needle ready. I'm just using some white thread that matches the lace and can kind of blend in, and I just tacked this together, okay, and the back, so that I don't have to worry about it coming apart. And then came down really close right next to where I'm at. And then I went on to the pocket itself, and I'm looking at this one. I want to make sure I kind of brought it up to the edge here, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and begin to sew it on to its pocket. Okay. All right. Now, this is where I, let me see, did I, oh yeah, I did do that on this one. Now on the front, I sewed this on afterwards, but on this one, I made sure to include it so that it was with me the whole time. Okay, I've got a knot already. Leave it to me. Leave it to Tara. She's got a little knot. Okay. This was going too smoothly, as you guys know. Oh, look at this. I have really got this thing all over the place. Calm down and not this. I don't know what I did. There it is. Okay. We're back. Had a slight malfunction, but we are back. Okay. So what I did was I just put that through, and now I'm going to tack as well as that one. I'm going to tack this in, and I'm bringing it right next to where I was at because I don't want the thread to show. I don't really care what it looks like on the back of this because the pocket's going to be, of course, glued into the journal and you won't be able to see the pocket, the inside, so it's not going to matter. Okay, so now we have the beginnings of our little drape here. And here you can just kind of play with it and, you know, make it lay. I'm looking over at this one and kind of trying to get it approximately where I did the other one, but you're just going to have it lay where you want. And we're basically tacking it on wherever we want to have it go into itself. Now I had it pretty straight on this edge, so I'll probably do something similar here because that makes it look nice. And it worked on the other side well, so I'll do it on this side. Make sure I'm staying in frame there. And I'm just tucking this lace and chiffon underneath and together so that when I sew them down, they're going to stay where I want them. Okay. All right. This is super simple. This video probably won't be very long. Let me pop this on. I want to make sure I've got this ready to be glued down. Did I hot glue? I think, no, I did Fabri-Tac on this one, I think. Yeah, I did the Fabri-Tac on this side. So I'll probably do the same on the other, just so I have it, you know. So now I notice over here, I've kind of got it coming out a little bit, flaring out just slightly on this side towards that corner. So I'm going to keep that look and let that, because we want this to kind of have that drapey look, like it's falling over someone's shoulder or laid across a pillow, you know. Yeah, so right now I'm just going to begin to, instead, now I'm doing this a little, I think what I did when I did this before, I was tacking this as I went. So I'm going to go ahead and seal this down here because I want to go back up and I don't want to have to draw the thread all over the place in the back. I do care if a person can put things in the pocket without knotting it up between the lines of, you know, the thread. So what I'm going to do on this back part is I'm just barely going into the fabric there, and I've done a couple of stitches, and I'm just going to cross that over so it knots. Ouch, poked myself with the needle. Good job, T. And I'm going to do one more. And then the other way you can do that is just put the needle through the thread like that, and it's going to do the same thing. Make a little knot for you. Okay, pull, come on. I almost pass for knowing what I'm doing when I'm talking to you guys, and then I make some error, and I go, okay. Certain things I know that work for me, at least. Now I'm going to re-knot my thread, and as you know, I just do the little twist around the finger. Some people sew it through. I don't. So I'm going to go back up here because now what I want to do is I want to make this little curvy, pretty little baby with the pearls. So I'm going to come up underneath, and let me look here. I kind of brought that one out and then down. So this side, I'm going to tuck this because it's poking out way too much for me. And I'm going to tack that. I want that nut to poke out like that. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to begin working with my lace and my chiffon to get the little look I want. So I'm going to leave some of the chiffon out. I'm going to bring the lace in a little bit. Okay. And I like it to have like a little bump, you know, like it's raised up on something, you know, like it's laying across it fluttery, you know. Don't want it flat is my point. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and go up through this trim. Can you guys see okay? I'm just going up through the trim, okay, and then I'm coming right back down next to it there. Now, I want some of the lace to kind of just poof up a little bit. So I'm going to put it where I want, hold it. I'm going to turn this back. Okay, kind of raise it up a little bit again. I'm just kind of looking at this to see if I can not maybe match it, but at least make sure that it's laying where I want it. Now I definitely want some of the chiffon to come out, so I have to be careful because I'm pulling it underneath and I don't want it sewn totally underneath. What I want is for it to be just folded under enough so that I can catch it there under that lace, and then I'm going to tack that, and hopefully I caught the edge of that so it'll stay there. Okay, looks like I got it. Good. Now I'm going to tuck again, just going down here and making sure that's underneath. Okay, and that this is also underneath, because I don't want that frayed, I don't really want that frayed edge of the lace either. But I got to make sure the lace is back far enough so that you can see the lavender chiffon. Up here I got it a little bit tight, but it's going to be okay. All right. I have it a little tighter than I'd like, but it's not going to matter in the long run. That's all I'm saying. Okay, hopefully I got it again. I did, yay. Okay, now I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to hit this and turn it to the right just a little bit, kind of poof up my lace. Come in. Now, because these pockets aren't right together, one's in the front, one's in the back, they don't have to look exactly alike, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just getting, you know, a semblance of, so they resemble, you know, each other. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little turn to my pearls, and I'm going to do a tack again, right about here should do it. And back down. Be careful, don't poke yourself. And then I'm going to tack it right here. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go back over here and work on my chiffon and lace a little bit more. Okay. Get this back underneath, but like I said, just enough. Okay, and I could pin this right now and all that too, so you could grab a pin and hold it where you want. Let's do that, just so I'm doing what I'm talking about and not just, I didn't do this with the other, I just kind of went down the way doing it. The only spot I don't like is right through here. I'm not liking what I did right here. This is annoying a little bit. I want to pull that up some. Now what I'm probably going to do, because I don't like the way it's sticking up, I will probably hit it with some glue just to make it lay down, just right there in that spot, because I just don't like the way it's laying right there. Okay, so that's how I will settle that issue. I'm looking here real quick. I want to see how much do I have tucked under, because I don't have to have a ton of my lace. There we go. Now, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go ahead and pin it real quick so I don't lose that little, okay? And as you can see, they're very similar, okay? This has got a little bit more of the lavender out, but I think it's because my piece was a little wider. I wonder if I can pull a little bit more. Yeah, it looks like I can. So let's do that. You just got to make sure that what's under here matches up with what's under here. And I'm going to go ahead, instead of pinning it, I'm just going to tack right now. Okay. There we go. All right, let's see if I did it. Nope, not quite. That's what I was talking about. So we're gonna have to take it one more time. And I'm going to have to make sure that the lace, there we go. That should do it, I hope. Yep, I think so. I just pulled that lace out just a little bit. Yeah. And now it's tucked, see? And like I said before, you could do this with glue. I mean, you could actually go under here and hit it if you wanted with some glue and, you know, get that same effect. It'd be, for me, it would be a little bit messy. But anybody, if you've got the patience for it, it's possible. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so now I have that, and I am gonna, I'm looking here. I want to make sure I have enough thread to do my knots and all that stuff. I may need to rethread. So this is where I'm going to trim some of these threads off of the chiffon because they are going to stick out, these longer ones. Now, yeah, it's doing it on this part too, so I'm just gonna, but I don't want to trim off my length because that is what I'm going to use to tuck underneath so it looks pillowy and not threaded. You know, I don't, that particular material, the chiffon, does not look pretty when it's threaded like that on something like this, to me. I mean, maybe it does to other people, and that's fine, but to me, for my project and for my purposes today, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm even gonna tuck the lace around the edge of the chiffon right there. Okay, and then we're gonna bring it up through both again and back down. I consider these pockets to be this sewing. Oh, and I've got a piece right here that's sticking up. Shoot. Remember what I said about glue. So this is one of those times I will use the glue here on this edge and make sure that, you know, you won't be able to see it, but it'll be there, holding that, tacking that piece down. What I was going to say is, these pockets, to me, you know how they always say about eyebrows, they're sisters, not twins. That's how I feel about this. That these are sisters, not twins. They don't have to be exactly alike. You know, they can have their own little individual. Because if you threw a pile of lace and chiffon onto a bed with a string of pearls or something, it's not, they're both piles are not going to fall the same way. They're going to look different. So it's okay if they look different. Don't worry about it. Now I'm going to go ahead, let's see, and bring this. How did I do this? Let's see. Maybe I went the wrong way. I probably should have went this way, huh? So I'm going to have to do a little fix on this with my pearls to bring them back the way I want them. And that'll be okay. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to do a twist here. So I'm going to do that with a new piece of thread. I'll just rethread when I'm done with this. Now I'm going to go ahead and just tuck underneath again. And hopefully it's long enough that I won't lose. That string keeps coming down. And over and over, I fixed this. Look at that. Got it, finally. Okay. I'm going to try to let this show. That part's not, but it doesn't show over here either, so it's okay. All right, another little tack. And then this one is going to hopefully poof out just a little bit. If I can just get you under there. There we go. Okay. See, I'm running out of thread. That's what I was worried about. I'm going to go ahead and knot this and rethread, you know. It's kind of hard for me to gauge how much thread I need when I'm doing stuff like this. And if I put too much, I end up knotting it up like I did a minute ago, so I have to be careful. Okay. All right, let me just grab. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just using regular white thread here. Bear with me while I thread this. It won't be too long. I'm still, my glasses make it possible for me to thread a needle halfway decently. If I get the cut right. It's too frayed on the end. All right, yay. Okay. All right, back to this. Now, we're tucking this under, but we're making it possible for it to show, okay? Yeah, this other side is definitely different than this side. It's okay though. Like I said, sisters, not twins. We're not going to worry about that little stuff. That's all the small stuff, right? It's going to end up being pretty, and it'll be just a beautiful addition to the journal, and that's okay. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to cut this one more time, and I'm going to go in and finish doing the, I'm going to get this corner in case, just in case. Oh, don't you nod on me. Don't fight with me. Come on now. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to do one more knot in the back. My neighbor's dog is barking. The little puppies. They have 2 puppies, along with the mama. Okay. I love when I hear them bark and not cry. So it's a blessing when they're just barking and playing and being silly, you know. Little sweethearts. They're so cute. Okay, now we're going to go back up, and I had said I want to bring one more little curve before I swing this around. So I'm going to bring it like right there, I think. Let's see. That's good enough, yeah. Bring it. This stuff is cool to work with because it's a little bit stiff, so it feels cool, you know. The material that these pearls are sewn around is, I don't know what kind of material. It almost seems like chiffon, but it's a stiff, maybe it's an organza type material. I don't know. I'm pulling that and it's uneven on one side. There we go. Nope, it's still doing it. And it's twisting on me. That's the problem. That would be my problem. Got it. Gotcha. You little stinker. Now you stay. And then I just brought it around to the corner here, and I think I should tack it one more time, right, like through here, just so it stays. That's too much space between. It'll want to lift. We don't want that. Okay, one more. And it's okay if you have extra like this. We're just going to trim it off. Can you guys hear my dog? She's so cute. She's like sleeping and she's all So I think I'm going to go ahead and do a tack right here. just to make sure, because I'm going to trim it so that it's kind of coming off of there like the other one a little bit. Okay. Oops. Oh my gosh, I've got this all knotted. Look at that. Oh, Tara, honey. I should have checked. Should have known. I actually did this on the other side too, and I was able to just, where it just wouldn't work for me, instead of cutting it, I sewed it down flat against the piece, and then I put a little bit of glue to make sure. Oh, it's just that thread, it just twists. It's old thread or something. But I sewed it down so that it would, I sewed it down and then I glued it just a tiny bit where it was lifting so that it wouldn't get into the way of the pocket, you know. And it worked. This is really annoying. Okay, that is just not going to work. So I'm going to have to end up doing the very same thing I did on the other side. Well, it gives you guys a chance to see how I deal with these issues, right? That's what we always talk about. Okay, so that's as far as I can get it to go. Okay, and if I cut it, it's going to cause problems. So what I did earlier was I took it and I laid it flat like this, and then I sewed over it and just kind of tacked the piece down so that it would stay. Oh my gosh, this thread is really annoying me. There. Okay, now I've got just that little tiny bit. All right, and it's probably, most of it's going to fall into where I'm gluing this down, which is good. The other one I did, it was in the middle of there. So see, I'm just tacking over that thread a little bit so that it won't be raised right there, but I'm going to end up gluing this part, so it'll be good because this will be all glued down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and knot this off and get over this part, and then I will put it down and you'll see what I'm talking about. This will all be underneath that line. Oh my goodness. I can't get this thread to cooperate with me. I'm having a morning, you guys. It's Monday. I know the videos, this is last week. See, it's just knotting. So since this part is going to have glue on it, I'm going to go ahead and cut. Get rid of that thread. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this right here. If I can get my scissors. There we go. So there is our tacked down little thing. As you can see, it is very similar to the other one. Okay, now this is what I did to put it in there. And this is where the glue will run like right across this. So it's, okay, and I'm just gonna use the fabric tack up along these edges. The reason I'm not going all the way to the edge is because I'm going to be sitting this so that it kind of hangs over just slightly. So I don't want it to be right to the edge. Okay. All right. Make sure and press it down real good. I hope you guys liked this video and that you felt inspired and that it helped you in any way to create these fun little pockets for the inside. And like I said, they're puffy and padded. It's in there nice and firm. This one's been in there for a couple days and it feels great. It just feels really cool. And I hope you like them. Let me pull back a little bit so you can see them. So they don't look too different. They're just kind of, you know, they've just kind of got their own personality. So I love you guys. I know this was a short video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you tomorrow, and we'll do something else fun with our scratch journal. Okay? God bless.